Happy Mobility Monday! This is all going to be about using your chair, okay? So if you are working right now, this is perfect, okay? You've probably been sitting and you need to move, but if you're not working, good for you. Just grab any kind of chair, preferably without wheels for today, but if it has wheels, no worries. And if you don't have a dining room chair or any chair like this, then you can use your couch or an ottoman or anything that you can put your hands and sit on, okay? So get that, press pause if you need to and get it, and we are going to be using the chair, all about mobility today. You don't have to get down on the ground, so that's gonna be a bonus, right? And we're gonna work on twists and just full body mobility using the chair, okay? So first things first, we're actually gonna get into a downward facing dog, putting our hands on the chair, okay? So this is a great alternative to getting on the ground. You're gonna put your hands on the chair, step back as far as you're comfortable, so not quite a plank position, but almost, and then hinge your hips up and back until your heels can touch the ground. And then really reach those hands forward and find yourself in a nice stretch for that upper back. Maybe you feel this in your low back and hamstrings as well. And then you're gonna roll it forward. So start at the shoulders, roll yourself forward until your chest is over your hands. Good, do it again. Roll it back. Really reach those hips up and back. Drop your heels to the ground. Stretch and reach those arms forward. Most of your weight is in your feet when you're here, and then roll yourself forward. Most of your weight is now on your hands. Okay? Now, kind of come in between, putting your weight in between your hands and your feet so that your hips are just up. Okay? Then you're going to start to pedal out your feet. So you're going to bend your right knee, then your left knee. Bend your right knee, then your left knee, and walk it out, okay? So you can do this slow, you can do this fast. This should feel really good on that low back. You're moving your pelvis, you're moving your sacrum, those muscles and bones in your hips. All good stuff. Do what feels good to you. I like to kind of look left and right. I'm looking at you, I'm looking away, stretching everything out here for the next couple seconds. Nice deep breath. Excellent, good. Take a big step forward and rise up. Now we get to sit in the chair, which is, I know what you guys were looking forward to, right? So sit in your chair. You're gonna take your right ankle on your left thigh, okay? So if you need to grab onto that ankle and get it there, okay, just notice that that hip is obviously a little tight, and this might be a huge stretch for you, okay? So this is where you're gonna stay. If possible, you are going to hinge forward and really open up that right hip. So you should feel that stretch, that opening. Hopefully that's okay on your knee. If it's not, then just stay upright, okay? But you're really trying to hug that shin in towards you and hinge forward, keeping this right knee down away from your ears and away from your face as much as you can. So if you're up here, maybe you just gently press that right knee down, okay? Find what works for you. Take some nice deep breaths into this right hip. Good, and then sit up and gently take that right ankle off your thigh. We'll do the same thing on the other side, taking notice of how one side feels versus the other, right? So I like to try to think about flexing my foot as well, and then noticing if I want to hinge forward, how far forward I can go comfortably. This bent knee underneath me, my foot is not all the way underneath, my foot is not too far out, it's just right underneath my knee for a little bit of security, right? So pay attention to that right knee as you're opening up your left hip, and breathe. Maybe you can hinge a little bit further forward on this side, or maybe you back off and just focus on pushing that left knee down. Take a nice deep breath, one more minute, or one more second, and then slowly relax and release that. Perfect. I'm gonna face you guys a little bit more for this next one. We're gonna do our twist, okay? So inhale, big reach up with both arms. On your exhale, take your right hand to the left knee, left side. If your chair has arms, use the arm to grab onto and gently assist that twist to the left. Okay, so I am your mirror again, and just taking that exhale as you deepen that twist. Maybe even try to look over your left shoulder. Yes, good. On an inhale, you're gonna come back to center, hands on your knees, deep breath. Awesome, other side, big reach up. Inhale, exhale, start to twist already. Start to twist, and then take those hands down. Even more of a twist as you exhale, looking over possibly your right shoulder, keeping that left shoulder relaxed. Using this hand on that right knee to assist in that twist. Again, if your chair does not have arms, don't worry about it. It does just help a little bit to deepen this twist. Good, inhale back to center. Very nice. Now, straighten out the legs. Scoot towards the edge of your chair if you're not already. You're gonna do a forward fold here. Reaching for your feet or your knees or your shins, whatever you can give me today. Do that forward fold with straight legs. Getting into the hamstrings, the back of the legs, into the low back. If you can reach your feet, you're gonna pull your toes towards your face. Okay, so this is really hard to do laying on the mat or standing up, but somehow you can maybe touch your toes in this seated position, scooting to the edge of that chair. Take that nice deep breath here. And then tuck your chin towards your chest as you roll back to that seated position. Very good. Okay, so those were nice stretches to try to remember and repeat. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of fun mobility, okay? So you're going to sit down and stand up, all right? So it's basically a squat, coming from seated position, scooting towards the edge of your chair, come up to standing. Good. Sit back in your chair and stand back up. Good. Really slow down this motion. Hinge at your hips first, sit back, hover, hover, then sit down. Good. So depending on how high or how low your chair is, maybe this is a little bit more difficult or a little easier, but we're going to sit down and stand up. Sit down, take your time, and push through those heels to stand up. Good, a couple more. Hinge back, sit down, stand up, nice and tall. Good. So starting to load the legs, work the glutes, quads, and hamstrings, right? So really big muscle groups, very important to work. And then go ahead and take a seat and stay there. Awesome. Now we're going to extend our right leg out and hold it. So your knees are about even in height, and you're flexing your right foot, holding this right quad. Nice, strong and steady here, 10 seconds. Should start to feel that quad fired up. If you don't, really flex your foot a little bit more, hold it a little bit higher. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. 2 more times like that. 10-second holds. Straighten your leg, really straighten it. Flex your foot, pull your toes towards your face, engage your quad muscle, hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, release. One more time. Try not to lean back when you do this, okay? It's actually a lot easier. Okay, so sit up nice and tall, shoulders over your hips. Flex the foot, engage the quad, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How'd you do? Okay, take a little notice on that side. Now let's have some fun. You're gonna stand up just using your left leg. All right, so that means extend that right leg out. 20% is in your right heel, 80% is in your left heel. Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Good, more advanced. Take that right leg off the ground the whole time, okay? Use it if you need to as your little kickstand. Good, you only have 2 more, just like this. Really focusing on that left leg, full extension, challenge yourself, and switch sides. Good, so starting with the straight leg phases of our left leg, left quad, Flex your foot, sit up nice and tall, straighten your left leg. Really flex that foot, engage that quad. I feel it already. Hold it there. Breathe. Great for your quads, great for your knees. 3, 2, 1. Relax, release. Woo. 2 more, just like that. Extend the leg. Feel it work and hold it tight, hold it strong. You are strong. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more time. Relax it, release it, shake it out if you need it. And 1 more time, here we go. Left leg up, extend it, flex the foot, engage the quad, hold. How was your left leg versus the right leg? 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was tough, right? Now, extend the left leg, only a little bit, okay? You're really just gonna focus on picking yourself up with this right leg, okay? So, stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Slow it down or speed it up if you want to. Float that left heel if you can. Challenge this right leg and right hip, okay? If the left heel is off the ground, you're really getting into your hip and great stability. Mobility and stability go hand in hand. Last one. Take a seat. Woo! How'd you do? Was that great or what? Okay, got a little bit more for you. So, facing me, we are now going to work some abduction and adduction, okay? If you have a mini resistance band, you can use that, but really we're just gonna do 1 set of external rotation from the hip. So push against that imaginary band, or press pause and put a band around your thighs. Push, 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 and then release. Push, 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 and then release. Good, just like that. Push against the band, and release. Push, and release. Good, so again, hips are very important. We are working those hips here. Push against that imaginary band. Your glute medius, this muscle right here, is chiming in when you do this. Last one. And release. Very good, guys. Awesome. Last but not least, I want to get your neck and shoulders, okay? So bring your chin towards your chest, lengthen that spine, lengthen your neck. Good, and bring it up, neutral. Look over your right shoulder. I had to think there for a second. Drop that other shoulder down away from your ears. Good, and back to center. So you don't need a chair for this, but it is good to do throughout your work day, throughout your day. Look over your other shoulder. Good, notice that neck, cervical spine stability and mobility, right? 1 more time, chin towards your chest. And then gaze up at the ceiling here. Relax that head back. Give me a nice deep exhale, let it all go, and take your neck back to neutral. Give me a shoulder roll up, back, and down. Sitting up nice and tall, which is how I hope most of you sit, right? When you're either at work or whether you're just sitting watching TV. I have a feeling nobody really sits like this to watch anything. But try not to cross your legs. Okay, it cuts off some circulation to your ankles and nobody wants that. And it's not good for your knees, okay? So remember some hip flexor movements, great leg extension, great to work those quads to keep those knees happy and healthy, and good spinal twist to keep that back healthy and happy, okay? Nice, good posture throughout your day. Congratulations, you did it.